And Toya Jackson is here with us now from New York City. Would you welcome her, please? Hi, LaToya.
Hi, Steve. Hello, Sharon.
Hi.
There are such terrible charges about abuse that happened in your life. Let's get right to it. What was the absolute worst for you when it came to abuse?
The worst for me was basically the sexual abuse that happened.
By?
Sorry?
By? Who sexually abused you?
My father.
It's a terrible, terrible charge. I'm sure it's difficult for you. How has he reacted to this book?
Well, I've seen footage of my mother and my father on television, their response, of course, and letters that they've sent out to the media saying that it's not true, that they love me very much and it's not true. And I think it's very sad that they're not able to come out and admit it, to tell the truth, because what they're doing is encouraging child abuse by saying that it's not true.
Have you confronted them with this personally before the book came out?
Yes, definitely.
And what happened then?
My mother agreed with everything I said when I confronted her with it, and then she called back and said, forget, you saw these things, forget these things ever took place, they didn't happen, and they didn't happen. And that's what she told me.
And how about your father? Did he ever respond to you when you said?
No, I never spoke to my father about it. Never, ever spoke to him about it. I spoke to my mother about my father, but never my father.
You also mentioned that there were the kinds of psychological abuse from your father. At one point, he even held a gun out in front of the kids and pointed a gun at them. What was that about?
Well, not at one point. He did it on several occasions. It was something that he would do constantly all the time.
What do you mean? What did he do?
Well, he's a collector of guns, and I guess it was just for kicks on his part, because he would laugh when he'd do it. He would hold guns to our heads, and he'd pull the trigger.
You're kidding.
And it would snap, but there weren't any, it wasn't loaded, there were no bullets in it. And this is something, a game that he would play all the time with us. And to us, it was not a game, but he got a kick out of it. He got a joy out of it. If we're sitting across the room, he'd bring it up close to our head and just snap it, pull the trigger. Or if he's away, he'd aim it at us and just pull the trigger. My mother would say sometimes, Joe, what if there's a bullet stuck in there? And he'd say, Kate, it's empty. All the time he would say, Kate, it's empty. But, you know, they can be stuck in there sometimes. But that was just fun for him. He laughed when he would do things like that.
You're obviously very angry at him. You know, I'm sure there are people in our... Excuse me?
I'm not angry at him whatsoever.
You're not?
No, I'm not angry at him.
How do you handle it?
Well, this book was great therapy for me, I tell you. Releasing all of this out of my system was wonderful. But anger is not the correct word that I have for my father, because I personally feel sorry for him more than anything else, because I feel that my father needs help. And I think that he should really go and seek it.
Why did you choose to do this so publicly?
Because I felt that there are so many children in the world that are being abused, and somebody needs to speak out and talk about it so this can end. So other people who are victims can stand up and say, yes, I was abused. If she can stand up and say it, then I certainly can stand up and say that I was abused too, and put an end to this, because it's a terrible feeling of guilt that you have to live with for the rest of your life.
And there are skeptics out there, of course, who look at this and say, no, you know, LaToya's doing this because she wants attention, and this is an unfortunate way of getting it. What do you say to them?
First of all, I don't need the attention, Steve. I'm so busy. I work constantly. I have a wonderful career in Europe, and I'm doing very, very well. I don't need the attention. I like living my life the way I do. I'm very content and happy with my lifestyle. But this is something that had to be done. It must be done. And people should be more understanding and understand you cannot go on and allow things to happen like this. And just because we come from a well-known family doesn't mean that it can't happen to us. Speak out and let people know that you're being hurt and you're being abused, so we can put this to an end.
LaToya, let's talk a little bit about the last time you absolutely exploded into the news when you appeared in Playboy. Your family evidently reacted negatively. And now you're going to be, I guess, on the cover next month.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. There were mixed feelings, actually, when I did it the first time.
Some of them were all right, some of the family members? Michael hated it, we heard.
No, Michael did not. Michael was the one member that really loved it and accepted it. He loved everything that was in it. He even told me the pictures were great. He saw them before they were printed. Okay. And he told me that they would be the biggest seller ever, and he was right about that. And he He said, this is great. I love it. I love it. Constantly. That's when he loves something, he says it over and over. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I found it very strange because right after that conversation, he hung up, and then he called me back, and he says, do me a favor. And I said, what? He says, don't let the public know how I feel about it.
Oh, why?
But because he wants to deny the fact that he likes things like that. And I think it's very wrong to deny certain things. I guess he wants a certain image, which is fine if he wants a certain image. But I think that's the problem with our families, is the fact that we deny so many things in our lives, and that's what makes it so dysfunctional. Yeah. We deny the abuse that go on. We don't even see it when it happens. If one child is being beat or hit, the other ones will not look. We keep walking straight as if it didn't happen. We don't discuss it. We don't say one word about it because I guess we're afraid of being hit.
Well, thank you for speaking out, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Toya Jackson.